am Shannon Brickler, and I teach 5th grade mathematics. I am also part of STEPS, Classroom Teachers Enacting Positive Solutions. My positive solution is for students to become deeper thinkers in mathematics by using modes of communication. One strategy I use to increase modes of communication is number talks or math talks. It is a strategy that incorporates mental math, student discourse, and students taking ownership and creating strategies to solve problems mentally. This is a strategy that will change your classroom. Students will become engaged in mathematics and will change their disposition. You will hear comments like, when are we going to do a number talk? Or, I really like math now. And that is powerful. By having students use number talks, they engage in the discourse, and to increase their modes of communication, I have students write about their number talks. Linking the math and writing increases their mathematical understanding. It incorporates the 9 mathematical practices from the Common Core, and students don't forget a couple weeks later what was taught.
Number talks helps us because it helps us collect our thinking. I rounded each of those numbers, like 49 to 50, 99 to 100, and then 199 to 200.
Okay, let me write that. Okay, so she made this 200, this 100, and this 50, right?
And then I got 350.
And she has 350.
And I knew that, and I did the same thing, so I knew
But
that would come to
didn't
the
you
real
forget
answer.
to subtract?
Yeah.
You forgot to subtract the ones that you added. Because you added 3, so you should have subtracted 3.
So Joey's saying you added 3 on, because you added 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, right?
Oh, so then you
Yeah,
I should have subtracted 3 and get
So now we have to
327.
subtract 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with Alexis because that makes much more sense
Okay.
and it's easier.
You think it's 350 then?
I don't get she.
I don't understand. Can you explain?
Okay, well.
I pretty much done the same thing as Paige, but I just added 1 to each one of the problems.
Okay.
199 plus 1 is 200, 99 plus 1 is 100, and then 49 plus 1 equals 50. And I just added that all that up together, which got me 350, and subtracted 3.
So you added 3 to make the numbers.
200,
Okay.
150, and I added those up together and got 350, and then I just subtracted 3
I agree.
Yeah.
and got 347.
Oh, 347.
So, I knew that it was an even number,
Okay.
and then I knew that 25. And I knew that 25 plus 25 equals 50, and then 1 plus 1 equals 2.
What does 1 plus 1 have to do with anything?
Because my answer is 125. But where's the 2?
I don't get where the 5. Where's
the
I
one?
got a strategy.
Because the 1 plus 1 equals the 200 that would be in the problem.
I don't get it.
So what I did?
Don't you mean it should? Then
how would you get
it? Should be.
25 plus 25 equals 50.
So it's 125. Your answer is 125.
But no, the 1 should be 10.
Okay. So you want me to do this?
100 plus 100. What equal? And then you add those together.
What would that be?
That'd be 250.
That's
And then,
Or no, you add the 100 and the 25.
okay.
How did you get the 100?
Yeah, 125.
She broke up 200.
200.
Yeah,
Guess what I did?
if you're adding 100
Okay.
and 100.
Everybody understand Libby's strategy?
No.
Oh,
she did
Who can
was do
explain Libby's strategy? To, all right, Jaden.
What she did was 25 plus 25, and she knew that would equal 50. And then she did 100 plus 100, and she knew that would be 200. And then the answer would be 250 if you were multiplying 125 times 2. And then she sold 125.
I got.
Who? All right. Anybody else can explain Libby's?
I can.
Emily?
Basically, she split in, she took the 50 and split it in half, and that was 25 plus 25. And then she split the 200 in half, which would be 100 and 100, and then she added the 25 and the 100 together to get 125.
Everybody understand it
Yeah.
now?
And basically, 125 times 2 equals 250.
That's how I
But it helps me understand the math talks a lot more. I'm also more engaged in the math talks whenever we write down what we learned.
Stuff we don't think of on our own, and we can add off of those things when we write about them after the number talk, and it results in more successful strategies, better test scores.
Writing it in our notebooks help us remember what we say on the board, and we can get better. Like for homework, we can check back, and because you're not always there to help us at home, so we have our notebook to look back.
I think it's important because before I wrote them down, I really couldn't understand and remember what we talked about, but when I write them down, I can always look back.
Writing in a learning log, it takes us deeper in math and makes us have a better understanding in it and stuff.
Writing in our learning logs help us express our thinking and get deeper explanation in by writing words on a piece of paper, and you can look back at it at all times.
Answers about number talks and writing about math from my students. Okay, Joey?
What makes math talks deeper thinking than regular math?
How is math talks different than when a teacher just teaches math? That is a great question. One thing is students create the strategies. You come up with it. I'm not telling you how to think about math. You are using your reasoning, making connections, and you come up with a strategy. And that is what's powerful, because if you do that, in a month or two, if we don't use that concept, you'll still remember it and won't forget about it, because otherwise you're just memorizing what I told you to do. Any other questions? Melissa, do you have one?
Yes. Why do we have to write what we write when we write about our math talks?
Okay, why write about math talks? Another great question. If you are able to write about something, you understand it. It allows you time to process the information, and it's something that you can record and go back to later and look at. Gives you the opportunity to see if you can do that, whatever we talked about with math talks, whatever strategies the students came up with, if you can do it with another problem. It allows you to increase your mathematical vocabulary, because not only are you talking about math, you're writing about it, and that creates a link to deeper understanding. Miranda.
When we had to go in our journals and write about the math talks, you always tell us to find a connection. What if there is no connection? Will there always be a connection with them?
Another great question. Think about math. A lot of times we teach it by unit, but there's connections and patterns all throughout math, and that's what makes math exciting. And when students find those connections on their own, that's a powerful understanding. Did I answer your question? Christopher.
Okay. So we do mental math all the time at number talks. Does it really help with our thinking, mental math?
Mental math. Do you think it helps?
Yeah.
I do too. I think if you're able to understand a strategy so well that you don't have to write it down, you understand it. So yes. If you have students use modes of communication such as number talks and having students write about their mathematical discourse and having students write about their math talks, you will see students be able to explain their thinking at a deeper level. You will start to see students making connections through mathematics concepts, and students will increase their vocabulary in mathematics. Overall, students' understanding of mathematics becomes deeper, students like math, and students are engaged in math. What more could a math teacher ask for?